Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I also stream 3 days a week over at Twitch at Vatron the Druid. We're going to go over 4 different types of healing styles. We are going to cover Vuhdo, Healbot, Clique, and Clique with ELVIU. First one we're going to go over is going to be Vuhdo. And Vuhdo is a pretty good add-on. It comes with a lot of different options. It can be a little more challenging to set up. It's probably the second most difficult to utilize. Say Healbot is the easiest to use. With Vuhdo here, you can move things around. It'll self-lock if you set it up entering combat. You can have it display everything that Healbot and Clique as well displays. You set up your healing spells you want to. Healbot. Healbot is the old school add-on, one of the very first add-ons, and still is going strong. A lot of people still recommend using Healbot. I took a Twitter poll a year ago, and Healbot actually won that Twitter poll as the #1 healing add-on still being used out there in the World of Warcraft community. The menu here looks pretty intensive, though. When you open it up, some cool features that I like is you can actually set up the hide when you're in solo. So if you're not in a group, you can actually hide it. It'll automatically hide everything. That's kind of a nice little feature. Otherwise, setting everything up, you can go down to the spells. The next one we're going to cover is Clique with the Blizzard default. And it's a pretty clean setup, pretty easy to utilize once you get it figured out. It is the biggest challenge is navigating the Blizzard UI with setting up your own style and then setting up Clique. So when you download Clique, you open up your spell book, go down to the bottom, there'll be an extra little icon. That's the Clique icon. You want to delete the other 2 items and then start key binding. I'm just going to delete Riptide and then click on the middle mouse button to key bind it to my middle mouse button there. Boop. Now it's bound to my middle mouse button. So we're going to hover over, lean in, and use Riptide on her to show that that keybind is set up and working. So that is really how you use Clique for keybinds. Pretty quick and easy to use, pretty simple. Same way with using other spells. You can see the HOTS there in the Blizzard UI. It'll show up to 3 HOTS displayed on a friendly target that you can apply. And I will discuss later on an add-on you can add to display more. Another thing you want to do when you're using the Blizzard default UI is you want to create different profiles. For this one, I created a 5-man dungeon profile and display as party frames 2, 3, and 5. All these checked here are what you want to go with. You can adjust the size of your party frames and how you want them, the size of your bars, the width, and the height. See, there we go. You can move them back and forth. So there is actually a lot of customization with the default Blizzard UI that you can do. And you can go even as further as vertical or horizontal with your bars as well, which is very nice. If you wanted to stick with the Blizzard UI, it is fairly clean looking and it's very nice. So here is the default UI. I'm just going to show how it looks when I move things around. There we go. Moving it up, moving it back down. So horizontal to vertical, vertical to horizontal. And then you can lock it, lock and unlock. And we're just going to move that back down over there. A lot of Mythic Plus players play with it over here like this. You can lock it in place. You can move it back down. The next one we're going to cover with Clique with ELVIU. This is actually my favorite that I like to use is Clique with ELVIU. So we're going to go through this. As you can see here, you can see leaning in a party, and you can see that I applied a renew and a bubble, and it shows on the party frames here to the left and on her unit frame, because I also have her targeted as well. Clique is the same way with setting it up as you did with the Blizzard. Same way. Really, the difference here is ELVIU. ELVIU is going to be the biggest one. Otherwise, as far as key binding, with Clique, you click on the keybind that you want on the button you want to set up as the keybind. So pretty easy there. Now we're going to go over some nice little features with ELVIU here. As you can see here, when I apply these things, you can see the icon. When you first install ELVIU, though, you don't get to see those icons. You see colors, little dots on your thing. So I'm going to show you how to go there. So you want to go to unit frames, you want to go to grouped, and you want to go to party, go down to auras, and then there's a little drop down here, boop, and then you can change your auras. Go through each one of these auras here, and then change that from colored to textured. You just want to go through and then make sure that it shows that it's textured, because the default will come with colored icons instead of textured. And then it says, as long as it says textured, that means it's going to show the actual spell icon on the party frame. So that is the unique feature, the best part of using ELVIU. ELVIU is a all-encompassing add-on. Blizzard raid frames bigger buffs. So if you play a druid and you have multiple hots and you're using the default Blizzard UI setup, if you use that add-on, bigger raid frame buffs, you can apply as many hots as you want to, and they'll show up on the default Blizzard UI with this add-on. It's a nice little add-on that I found from another druid player that recommended it a few years ago, and I've been using it ever since. All these will be linked in the below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments.